these two numbers, how much you get?
27.
So you get 27, right? So we got a result of 27. After subtraction of these two numbers, we subtracted a smaller number from greater number. So let's recall, from starting we have taken a number, two-digit number, we reverse the digits of the number, we got two-digit. Now we got two numbers with us, and then we subtracted a smaller number from greater number. We got a result. Let's divide this number with 9. Can you divide by 9? So how much we get after division?
3.
Yeah, very good. So answer is 3. So after division we got 3 and there is no remainder. So this is possible for all the cases of two-digit numbers. So this is the concept why it is happening. Let's see. And we know that the two-digit number is in the form of let's take 27. So here tens are 2 and ones are 7. After that, we have reversed the digits of this number. Then we get 72 and the 72 and tens are constant in this and ones also constant in this. But the units places and tens places are reversed. So 7 will come here and 2 will go there. These are constant, tens and ones. Then after we have subtracted these two numbers, so 72 and 27, and we need to rearrange because this is a greater and this smaller. So we'll take first greater number and then smaller number. Then we'll subtract these two numbers. Can you subtract these two numbers? How much we get?
45.
So we get 45. So 45 is the answer. We got the 45, and let's divide this 45 by 9. So after division of 9, how much we get answer?
5.
You tell me 5. So 5 is the result. There is no remainder. Let's see why it is happening. So a two-digit number is in the form of AB. So AB, which is general form of a two-digit number, is 10 into A plus 1 into B. Then when we reverse the digits of a number, it becomes BA. So when we reverse this, it became here tens and ones places are interchanged. Then it becomes 10 into B plus 1 into A. So here we need to subtract these two numbers. Previously here we have taken a larger number, the smaller number, we subtracted this both. So we arrange the two numbers. Similarly here, this cannot be subtracted. So we need to rearrange this because here this cannot be subtracted. These are unlike terms. So let's rearrange them. AB is equals to, this is 10A plus 1B, same as it is we have written, and BA, it can be written as, so let's write this 1A here and 10B here, because now it became, after rearranging, now it became like terms because AA and BB, now we can subtract these two numbers. So let's subtract these two numbers. After subtraction, when we are going to subtract, it becomes 10 minus 1, becomes 9, 9A, and 1 minus 10. Using the integers, in the first chapter we have learned integers, that 1 minus 10 is a plus 1 and minus 10. When we subtract these two, plus and minus, it becomes minus. So let's subtract these two, we get 9. So we see here 10 and 9, 10 and 1, this 10 is greater than 1, so it has a minus symbol, so we write minus 9. So it becomes minus 9, and there is a variable b, so 9b. So here we got the result of 9a minus 9b. Using the distributive property, we get 9 into a minus b. So we have taken 9, so left over is a minus b. Then result, you see here the result is divided by 9. So let's divide this answer by 9. So the 9 and 9 get cancelled and we get a result of a minus b. It doesn't have any remainder. That is the reason when we have taken a number and reversing after, and we subtract them and divide it by. So 564 you have taken. Can you reverse the digits? So what we get here?
465.
465. Then let's subtract these two numbers. What we get?
99.
So we got, after subtraction of these two numbers, we got 99. So the result if it is divided by 99, the result is divided by 99 and we get a whole number and doesn't have any remainder. This is the concept. So let's take the same thing, like 3-digit number will take a general form of a 3-digit number. We know that we have taken previously for 2-digit number. Let's take the same thing for 3-digit number. That is nothing but 100A plus 10B plus 1C, because in 3-digit number there are hundreds and tens and ones. So we have taken 100A plus 1, 10B and 1C, and let's reverse the digits of a number. So after reversing the digits of a number, we get here 1A, and so here 10B same as it is, and here this is what we'll get here is 100. See, we have reversed this all the digits of a number. Then here, after reversing of the digits, we have subtracted. So let's subtract this. So here, after doing this concept, let's take this. We know that this is the 3-digit of a number, general form of a 3-digit number. We know that we have done previously. That is 100A plus 10B plus 1C. This is the 3-digit number of a 3-digit number form. And so let's reverse of the digits. Reverse these digits. So what we get is here 100 will be the C, and then we'll get here the C will get here, because we have reversed. The 4 comes here, 6 in, and 5 will go there. Similarly, let us take this C here, and B is same as it is, because it comes in, because when you are reversed, this 6 will not change at all. So B is same, and here 1, and here the A will come here. So A will go there. So after we got 2-digit number, 3-digit number, we have taken a number and reverse the digits of a number. This is the reversing of digits. Now let's subtract these two numbers. Here there is no problem with the subtraction of these two numbers, because these are numerical values. Here, let's see here, this is A and C, and B and B same, but there is C and A. So let's take as a group to subtract these two numbers, because we can subtract same variables, like terms we can subtract. So take this is 100A plus 10B and 1C. So this is 100A. So let's take this 1A into here, because these two are same variables. We know the concept. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 is nothing but 3 plus 2 plus 1. So there is no change. X is 6 is equal to 6. This same thing. So if we reverse, if we take this 1A, there is no change of it. So we have taken 1A plus 10B plus this is 100C. We have taken here. So 100C. So we have taken this number as a group. So AA and BB and CC. So there is we can subtract these two numbers because same variables. So let's subtract these two numbers. Then we get is 100 minus 1. This is 99, 99A. And when we subtract these two numbers, we'll be getting 0. So nothing, there is nothing. 0. So no need to write. So this 0. So plus what we get here, 1 minus 100. We have learned integers in first chapter, that is nothing but 1 minus 100 is minus 99, because when we subtract plus and minus, we get a minus. We need to do minus value, because this plus minus we need to do. 100 minus 1 is 99. Let's see which is the greater, and this 100 is the greater. So write the minus symbol for this. So minus 99. So we get a number of minus 99 after 1 minus 100. So when we subtract these both, so 1 minus 100 is minus 99, and there is a variable C. So we got a result is 99A minus 99C. So we got 99A and 99 minus 99C. So using the distributive property, we can take this 99 in common. So when we have taken 99 in common, so that will be something left out here. 99 we have taken, A will be left out. So 99 we have taken in common. We get here C. So A minus C we got, and then after C we have taken a number. This is a number, 3-digit number form, and then we have reversed the digits and subtracted these both the numbers after. Here we have subtracted and we got a result and divided with 99. So let's divide with 99. So we get, after division, so we get 99 get cancelled. We get A minus C. So A minus C is a whole number. It doesn't have any remainder. So this is the concept. So let's see here. If this is A is greater than C, we have subtracted from 100A minus 100C. This is a condition of it when A is greater than C, because here if A is greater than C, then only we can subtract from 100A minus 100C, because if C is greater than A, we will subtract from 100C minus 100A, right? So from greater number always we'll subtract least number, greater number minus least number will subtract. So that is the reason here A is greater than C. So from A we have subtracted C. So if C is greater, if C is the greater, then we'll take here C in the numerator, then A will be the denominator, then we'll subtract. Like here 563, we have taken a number 465, then we get 564, right? So for greater number we'll subtract the least number. That's the reason here A is greater than C.